Welcome back to Justice on this very busy news night. Trump, Hillary, Brexit. So much to talk about. Let's get right to it with my all-star political panel, American Conservative Union Chairman Matt Schlapp and former senior aide to Democratic Senator Charles Schumer, Chris Hahn. Chris, where are you?
I am in West Babylon, New York, out on Long Island.
Oh, all right. Well, you're in the Hamptons. All right, Matt, Brexit. Who does it benefit, Trump or Clinton?
Trump, absolutely. You know what Hillary Clinton's campaign slogan is? Stronger together. What was the slogan of those who wanted to stay in the EU? Stronger together. There are so many themes that parallel what's happening in the UK and what's happening here. It's really interesting.
Well, yeah, it is interesting, Chris, and I don't think you can deny that this is something that doesn't benefit Hillary. You know what? The fact that she couldn't figure out a statement for a while tells me they were like in the trenches saying, oh, my goodness. But let's talk about what happened with this sit-in in Congress this week. OK, so they have this gun control sit-in. What was the point of that? If they couldn't get enough people to get a signature, to get a petition signed for a vote, they couldn't get the amendments passed, they couldn't get in the House or the Senate. What is this, play acting?
I thought it was exciting politics for a couple of hours. I think America really woke up to see that there's no action happening in Congress on a very serious issue.
And whose fault is that?
I mean, all politics, Judge, is theater.
Okay, but whose fault is it? Is it the Republicans' fault?
I think that Speaker Ryan should let this come to a vote. If he really wants to see it happen, he should let it.
You know what? If they can't follow the system and the process to get a bill to on the floor, then it's their fault. It's a bipartisan failure. And you know what cracks me up, Chris? I just got to tell you this. Obama had the House and the Senate in 2009 and the White House, and today he's like, the Republicans are stopping us from doing this. What do you say, Matt?
Hey, I think he wasted an opportunity then.
What did you say, Chris?
Sorry, Matt. I think he wasted an opportunity on guns back then.
Yeah, we know he wasted. I thought you were going to defend him. Go ahead, Matt.
Guns. He didn't pass anything on immigration, shockingly enough. You know what this was, Judge? This was a sit-a-buster. It was people sitting around doing nothing.
Well, they do nothing anyway.
Do you know why they ended the sit-a-buster? They ended the sit-a-buster because they wanted to catch airplane flights to get out of town, and many of them wanted to go to the congressional baseball game. It was shenanigans and just a ploy from the beginning, and it's why Americans really hate Congress.
They do. I got to tell you, walk the street. Wait till you see street justice. They hate them. All right, what about the Supreme Court this week, Chris? Bad week for the Dems again. Supreme Court decision, a 4-4 split, keeps the Fifth Circuit decision in place. The president is trying to block the deportation of 4 million illegal immigrants and give them a license to work. And they said, no way, Jose.
Well, you know, bad for the president today, good for Hillary in November. If you're a Latino voter in America right now, you know exactly who's on your side and who you should be voting for.
But you know what? I got to tell you.
If Donald Trump doesn't get over 35% of Latinos, he ain't getting elected.
If they're illegal, how are they going to vote?
Well, no, you know, that's the thing. Legal Latinos in this country feel very strongly about this because they know how hard the process was.
The legal Latinos who came the right way, who got a lawyer, who swore allegiance to this country, who know our history, who want to speak our language, they're angry that they had to pay those lawyers.
He's underwater in Florida, and it's because of the Latino vote. He's doing very well among white males.
Okay, Chris. Here's the deal. What happened in Brexit had a lot to do with immigration. Sure, the fact is this, which is we talk about nationalism. I just like to talk about sovereignty. Whatever happened to the idea that a country controls its borders and who enters this country?
Matt,
we are a nation of people who used to be immigrants,
let him finish,
but we get to control when the immigrant gets to become a legal resident and a citizen. Guess what, Chris? That's not racist. And guess what else? Americans are responding to that message.
Go ahead, Chris.
Most Americans, Matt, including Donald Trump, didn't even know what Brexit was 2 weeks ago.
They know now.
I got to tell you something.
They know now, Chris.
The Latino voters and educated whites in America are not going to stand for that kind of isolationism that they had there in Britain. In fact, most British people today are regretting what happened last week.
That's untrue.
Did you do your own poll, Chris? Stop with the hogwash, Chris. Most Brits are regretting the decision they made 48 hours ago? Are you kidding?
No, Judge, the polls actually show that more Brits are actually regretting the fact that they didn't also vote to pull out of the EU than the opposite. So that's completely untrue. And the fact is this, which is there's going to be some political turbulence after this pullout. There's no question. And everyone's going to use it for their political advantage. The fact is people get the truth here. Countries should be able to control their borders and control their economies. And that's the theme of the day.
What's wrong with being an American? What's wrong with being proud of this nation? Why are people flying the flags from other countries and burning the American flag? I get the First Amendment, but you know what? They went too far.
First of all, most people do not burn the American flag. Most people,
well,
there are very
people carrying the flags from the
minority.
other countries are.
Judge, I think most people, immigrants, non-immigrants, even people coming here illegally, want to be part of the American dream. That's why they come here. That's why my grandfather came here. If they want to be part of the American dream, follow the American law, Chris.
That's right.
Well, look, if the American law was fixed the way it was supposed to be, if we were able to deal with the market.
The law is in place. Your family, my family, Matt's family followed the law.
There was
Judge,
a system
the fact
that
is this. Not only do we have people here who shouldn't be here, they're here illegally. You know what the courts just showed, and the Supreme Court? The President of the United States is acting in an illegal fashion when he tries to give these people legal status.
In a sanctuary city, we don't deport them, and they're killing people. Shame on us. Match slap, Chris Hahn. Bye. Street justice is still ahead, and next, some Law and Order with Sheriff David Clark. We'll talk about the Freddie Gray verdict this week. Don't go away. Love that case.